guys, it's Sean here, and today I'm back to give you guys a review of the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 in the red, copper, and green colorways. So all three colorways dropped on October 23rd for a US retail price of $220 and a Canadian retail price of $300. To say the days leading up to the release of these shoes were hectic would be a massive understatement. So here locally in Toronto, there were three options for how you can get these shoes for retail. So number one would be to win a raffle at one of the boutique stores here in the city. So stores such as Haven, Capsule, Livestock, Exclusivity, Soul Stop, all of these stores had their own unique raffle system in place, and any winners chosen would be given the chance to buy these shoes for retail. So the second option would be through Foot Locker and Champs. So a select few of the Foot Locker and Champs stores here in Toronto held their own raffles within the store. The problem with this was a lot of the stores had only 1 day sign-up periods. So anyone that wanted a chance to win a pair through Foot Locker only had that 1 day window period to put their names onto the list. So as you can imagine, the wait times ranged from 45 minutes to even over an hour just to sign up their names. The third option would be through the Adidas Canada website. So fast forward to the day before the release, and both the boutiques as well as Foot Locker and Champs were calling and emailing the winners of the raffle to inform them that they had won. So these calls were being made even until 11:30, 11:45 the night before the Yeezys were supposed to drop. So because of the fact that there were three colorways dropping on a single day, this meant that there were a lot of pairs to go around. So I firsthand saw people that won 3, 4, even 5 pairs of Yeezys just through signing up in raffles around the city. So for me personally, I only won one raffle. So this copper pair I won through the Champ store at the Eaton Center, and they actually called me at around 7:30 the night before the release, and I was actually a secondary winner. So they had made their first round of draws, attempted to make the calls, and if people didn't pick up, then they would go ahead and draw a secondary name. So whoever that was that didn't pick up their phone for the 10.5 coppers, thank you very much for letting me win in your place. So for the red and the green pair, I managed to get both of these through the adidas.ca website on the morning of. So let's go into a little bit more detail about the shoes. So all three pairs of these are actually pretty much identical, except for the accent color that's used. So for the red pair, the official colorway is core black and red. And as you can see, we have a pretty much all black Yeezy. And the only exception is this red stripe that starts off at the heel and ends at the tip of the toe that reads Supply 350. So the shade of red here is a very faded red, almost like a pink, and it reminds me sort of like a salmon color. On the medial side, it's pretty much all black, but if you look closely, there are hits of this red color that goes along the side of the shoe. They come stocked with their standard Yeezy rope laces in black. It features a black insole that has the words Adidas and Yeezy on it in the same shade of red that's found on the outside of the shoe. So this sits atop your Boost midsole, and it's finished off with this semi-translucent black or charcoal gray outsole. Moving on to the green, the official colorway for this is core black, green, and core black. So the shade of green that's used on this shoe is a very faded green, and it reminds me more of an olive or even a beige color depending on the type of light that's hitting the shoe. So this is identical to the red pair except for the color of the stripe that's used, as well as the words on the insole. So the words here are also made in that same kind of olive green color that's used on the stripe. Last but not least, we have the copper pair. So the official colorway for this is core black, copper metallic, and core black. So the shade that they use on this stripe is a tan or a very light brown color. So again, this shoe is identical to the other two pairs except for the color of this stripe, as well as the words on the insole, which in this case is this copper colorway. So a nice touch about this shoe can be found on the heel. So for all three colorways, it features the Adidas 3 stripes over here in 3M.
Something else
you may not have noticed is that on the right foot for all three colors, the Supply 350 is written backwards. For the Beluga colorway, which was the first colorway that dropped for the 350 V2 model, the word Supply 350 on the right foot is written in the correct way. But for these three colorways, they decided to flip this. So on the left foot, it's still written in the right way, but on the right foot, it's an exact mirror image. In terms of sizing, the 350 V2 are a half size smaller than the 350 V1. So overall, my general rule of thumb is that I go true to size for these ones, but I go a half size down for the V1s. Some people with wider feet have even gone up a full size from their 350 V1 size, but I find that this Primeknit material is stretchy and will actually form well to your feet, giving it a nice locked down sock-like fit. For reference sake, I go with the same size for these as I do for the Adidas Ultra Boost. So now it's time to show you guys how all three colorways look on feet. Color preferences, the green is actually my personal favorite. I'm a big fan of this muted color and the fact that it's a very versatile shoe that can go with a lot of different other things. So second on my list is the copper. So the copper color is a very unique color and it's something that I don't own too much of personally in my collection. And I think that when you wear this, it gives you a good balance between being too vibrant and then just being too plain. So it's a nice happy medium. So that leaves the red colorway as my personal least favorite of the three. So this doesn't mean that this red color is ugly by any means. I actually think this is a very, very nice red. It's just that me personally, I own too many black and red shoes, and the green and the copper colorway gives me something a little bit different that I haven't seen before. That wraps up my review of the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 in the red, green, and copper colorways. Leave a comment below if you guys were able to get your hands on a pair, and let me know which one of the three is your favorite colorway. Until next time, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you again in my next review.